On this episode of The Best, what is the best way to keep our clients on side? Let's take a look at that one. Okay, now you've seen in the titles this, in inverted commas, Malcolm Bishop. What on earth is that about? Well, it's about my career. When you're called Martin Bissett, B-I-S-S-E-T-T by the way, you go through your life pretty much called Malcolm Bishop. That name has followed me everywhere. On the phone, who's calling please? Martin Bissett? Malcolm Bishop? No, yeah, whatever, fine. Okay, because I just got to the stage where it happens so often, I couldn't be bothered correcting it anymore. Sometimes I'd even try the reverse of it. Who's calling please? Malcolm Bishop. Martin Bissett? Yes, that's right. And it followed me so often. Martin Bissett seems to be a name that's very hard to remember. Perhaps it's not. Neither Martin nor Bissett are common names, and therefore we think about a common name close to it. Malcolm Bishop. I had Martin Bishop. I had Martin Russell, Martin Griffiths. The very, very best one of all, I know I'm not joking, Morton Fish Cakes. Can you believe that? That was a genuine thing. Somebody clearly not paying attention. Okay, and when you go through that, it's so annoying. In the older days, when we used to do mail shots, direct mailing, if your Excel spreadsheet was off, or if you put the thing in the spelling was slightly wrong, or you put the wrong field in the wrong place, it would ruin everything. You know, I would remember when we wrote out once to a gentleman called Brian, but the I and the A was the wrong way around. It became Dear Brain. Okay, and there was one that was Dear Steve's Dad, because somebody couldn't remember the name of the person, so they put it, oh, and we know it's Steve's dad. And thought they'd change it later and never got round to it. You know, and even the time when Knutsford was misspelt. It's bad. It can make huge, huge impact, okay? And a negative one at that. Now, people love their own names in the most case, for whatever reason. It's their identity, it's what they've been called their whole lives, it's what they understand themselves to respond to. And so getting that right, especially when it's unusual, is a great way, because so few people take the care to work out how something is pronounced or what the etymology is. Is that a French name? Is that a Norwegian name? Where does that come from? Is that from the, and like Bissett, for example, it comes from two areas, the French Bizet, we would know, the classical composer, the aristocratic side, and the Norwegian, Viking, Scandinavian Bezeg. And so, maybe Bissetts are a bunch of marauding Vikings who surrender at the first sign of trouble. I don't know, but I know that I love it when people get it right, because it's so unusual. And when they say, oh, that's B-I-S-S-E-T-T, or I get it on my little lanyard for my speaking things, it's spelt correctly. Usually it's a T goes missing. And all of a sudden it's just that little extra thing. Oh, somebody takes care. Somebody was actually paying attention. Somebody wanted me to have that be right. Such a little thing makes such a big difference. And I find that when we're trying to create a relationship with a potential client, for example, a potential investor, a potential introducer, a potential employee, whatever it happens to be, getting it right from the start, making sure that we've got their name right, Melanie, Michael, whatever you call it, doesn't work. Just taking that extra bit of time that so few do to get it right at the start is the best way to get the relationship off on the right foot. Okay, so if you see me come in the future and decide on Malcolm Bishop, I'll understand that you understood this episode and you're being ironic. But please, for the sake of all your team members, for the sake of all your relationships and all your future success, pay attention to detail. It's the best way to get off on the right foot. I'll catch you next time.